Today, I am going to be talking about something that I haven't talked about a lot on this channel, and that is Borderlands. For current subscribers or those who just, may not know me very well, Borderlands 2 is literally my favorite game of all time. I love Borderlands to death, like to the bone. Like, I have been playing since I was so young, and I have kept playing, and I have kept defending this franchise over and over again to the point where it's kind of made me seem a bit foolish, and I think I'm going to be doing that yet again today. As much as I love Borderlands, I cannot sit here and pretend that it does not have flaws as a franchise. One of those being, I actually really don't think that the company behind the game, Gearbox, really understands why people actually love Borderlands. Like, there have just been so many decisions they've made regarding, like, patches and just, like, marketing towards the game that I think they completely miss the mark, and especially a lot of people have had complaints about Borderlands 3. Despite it having amazing gameplay and actually a lot more to offer than previous Borderlands titles, it is very frustrating seeing, like, how far we've taken a step back in terms of story, and I think even atmosphere, compared to Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel. Now, we're not here to talk about the games today. We are here to talk about the Borderlands movie, which, oh, it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be a massive dumpster fire, isn't it, mates? Like, literally, I mean, here's the thing. We all know, like, the titular catchphrase, video game movies are garbage, but, with the recent release and actually massive success of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, I think video game, developers are starting to realize there's actually, maybe we can, like, sell our rights to people to make a movie, and it could actually end up being good. Now, to give the Borderlands movie some credit, like, this movie had been in development for what I can tell, and, like, pitched to people a long time before the Sonic the Hedgehog movie was even announced. So I think, like, you can't just go along and say this movie is going to be a cash grab, because first of all, look how much money they're spending on this movie. Like, they clearly want this movie to be something special. You have Cate Blanchett as Lilith, Kevin Hart as Roland, and now Jamie Lee Curtis as Tannis. Those are not cheap actors. Those are expensive actors, especially Kevin Hart. Like, these people, you gotta pay these people a fuck ton of money. But fans of the series are already, criticizing it for a lot of reasons, one of those being the casting doesn't really make a lot of sense. Let's just go through the three we have so far. So, starting off with the one that we've had for a while now, Cate Blanchett as Lilith, I actually think is a great casting. I don't really have a lot of complaints about this one in the slightest. She's got the look, she's got the voice, she's got the mannerisms. I mean, if you've seen her play Hela in Thor Ragnarok, or obviously, anything else she's been in, but especially Hela in Thor Ragnarok, you could tell that she would actually make a great Lilith, and she is genuinely a very good actress. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that this was a bad casting, and also she, it just makes sense. Cate Blanchett as Lilith. It just sounds right. And then, of course, we have Jamie Lee Curtis now as Dr. Patricia Tannis, which, Tannis has never really been a major character in the Borderlands universe, like, in terms of, like, how much screen time she gets, but she actually is pretty important, and she's in the first Borderlands a lot more, which this movie roughly seems to be based off events that happened in the first Borderlands. And, Jamie Lee Curtis is a good actor, she does have really good, like, quirky mannerisms as well, so I actually think she would be a pretty good Patricia Tannis, and I think, once we get her in costume and once we see what she actually looks like, I think everyone will agree that she has the look. So, that's fine. Kevin Hart is Roland. Why? Okay, listen. Kevin Hart, I know, is a big video games fan, so he's probably played Borderlands before. So, part of me thinks that, like, he would not have even signed on to this role unless they're literally paying him, like, $500 million, which, we'll see how much he's getting paid for this, who knows. But, like, part of me doesn't think that, like, he would have signed on to this role unless he think he could kill it as Roland. And I'm actually going to take a partial defense in Kevin Hart here and actually say I think he would make a decent Borderlands 1 Roland in terms of, like, attitude and, like, the voice and the personality. Because I don't know if you guys have played Borderlands 1 versus Borderlands 2, but Borderlands 1 Roland's a lot more eyes, Christmas, look at me, I'm the token black guy in the video game. And, he's a lot more of a happy-go-lucky guy. And Borderlands 2, he's like, soldier, I'm going to need you to get Alpha Bravo base. Like, he turns into a Call of Duty character, like, insanely quickly. So I could see Kevin Hart being a decent Borderlands 1 Roland, except for the fact that he's, like, 4'2", and all I can think of Kevin Hart as is, like, the meme guy. That's all I can think of him as. I'm trying to shit on Kevin Hart. I know he's actually like a really good comedian, and I think I actually don't think he's a good actor. So I don't know, maybe this movie's just shit already. Who knows? Is this movie just dead on arrival? Should they just cancel it? Should they just throw it in the garbage? And should it just be done with? I don't think so. Part of me has to see how they're getting this movie with these really expensive actors, like, and how it's gonna turn out with my favorite game ever. Like, I have to see how it's gonna come out. Like, Jamie Lee Curtis, you know, when she tweeted about this, she seemed really excited about the role, which I don't really think she's gonna be too much of a massive character in this movie. And the director of this movie, Eli Roth, he is a good director. He knows his shit, so, like, it can't be that bad, right? While we're just talking about it, let me just pitch some other ideas. Give me Dave Bautista or Brock Lesnar as Brick. That would be fantastic. And you know what? If you're going to get me Brock Lesnar as Brick, please get me Paul Heyman as Marcus. That would be fantastic. Obviously, if we're going to have a Mordecai, literally the only person who could be Mordecai is Pedro Pascal. Give me Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal would literally be the world's greatest Mordecai. I don't care if it's too easy casting. Like, it just has to be done. If it is the Borderlands 1 story, if we're going to have a General Knox or Commandant Steele, is it Commandant? I don't remember her fucking name. Is it Commander? If we're going to have a Steele and a General Knox, you know, I don't know. If we're going to have a General Knox, you know, give me George Clooney. George Clooney make an absolutely fantastic General Knox. I saw some people online saying Kevin Hart should play Claptrap. I mean, Claptrap's going to be in these movies as a little CGI robot animated man. I'm just wondering what's, you know, quirky celebrity they're going to get to voice him. Oh my god, it's going to be John Mulaney, isn't it? They're going to get John Mulaney. If John Mulaney ends up being Claptrap, I'm going to kill myself. I don't dislike John Mulaney or anything, it's just, you know, it just seems like what Hollywood is going to do. I don't think this movie should actually get shit canned. I think there's a lot of potential in it to at least be a fun little thrill ride on, like, you know, the characteristics of Zombieland. But, I mean, Borderlands fans are going to tear this movie apart if it doesn't look right. And, like, it doesn't have the dialogue, you know? Like, I feel like we have to just get something that at least honors on, like, what it, like, we're going for. And I wonder if they're just gonna have it be a nice little fetch quest, similar to how Borderlands 1 story is basically a fetch quest where you're just fetching the vault keys. Like, they're gonna be like, haha, we totally kicked the crap out of Nine Toes for you, Dr. Zed. Dr. Zed's gonna be like, alright, listen here now, you gotta go kill Sledge. And I'm like, haha, we beat the fuck out of Sledge. God, that guy was big and annoying, and they're probably gonna have, like, fucking John Malkovich play fucking Sledge or something, and then we're gonna get fucking Paul Giamatti as, like, a midget or something. I don't fucking know. We're gonna get Peter Dinklage as a psycho midget, aren't we? I'm gonna kill, dude. This is the more I'm thinking about this, the more I'm depressed, because it's like I just wonder, like, this could be the best thing ever. Like, imagine if this movie came out and it was actually fantastic. Like, imagine if the movie came out and it was, like, actually, like, a super awesome movie that was, like, you know how, like, when people were so scared when the MCU first started because they didn't think that movies could correctly honor, you know, the fictitious nature that superhero comics have built up for them. I'm kind of, like, thinking that, like, Borderlands could be a massive movie universe. It is such a big universe. I kind of think it's, like, too big of a universe for, like, one video game company to really handle. I mean, a lot of video game companies are really bad at handling multiple, like, you know, universes and shit. Like Halo, for example, or Destiny. They have a really hard time managing all the shit they have. Or, like, Elder Scrolls even. Like, there's just too much shit for it. And, like, they do a decent job of cleaning up the lore and, you know, having it make sense and be interesting. But sometimes they just fail, in my opinion. Similar to how George R. R. Martin, like, it's Game of Thrones is kind of too big of a universe for him, and J.K. Rowling is kind of just, it's just too much. Like Harry Potter, there's just so much shit in it. I don't know. Should we have faith in this movie? Should we not? Is it dead on arrival? I have no idea. But all I know is I am gonna buy a fucking ticket to it no matter what, because it is literally my favorite video game franchise of all time, and they're gonna make money regardless. And I'm gonna have a great fucking time. I don't even give a shit. So, yeah. I can't wait for the Big Chungus reference to pop up 40 minutes in. If you guys like this video, I'm going to try and do more videos like this in the future where I basically kind of just rant about something that I saw happening in gaming or media and kind of just like go on like a little spree or rant about it and kind of just give my thoughts and everything and how I feel. And if you guys like this video, subscribe. If you like Warzone, Apex Legends, or Overwatch, I got some videos about those up on my channel, and go give them a try. And I have a ranking every single Borderlands Vault Hunter if you actually are a Borderlands fan. I'm not expecting this video to do super well or anything, but I just wanted to make it to get something off my chest, and I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching so much. Hit the subscribe button, and don't stub your toe, and have a great day.